Some just do it for the cash, others do it for the passion. Is you working on your craft? Is you really about that action? The craft. Welcome.
What's good, y'all? It's O.D.D.I.T.Y, and welcome to the craft. Social media is something as artists that we should appreciate but not take for granted and not abuse. And by that I mean we have these tools at our fingertips, literally, that allow us to get our music in front of as many eyes as we can, and oftentimes for free. So that balance of having social media, that you've had before, or as you're in your process of artist development, and kind of realizing that you need to separate some of your tendencies that you had before you used these social media platforms for promotion on your music. Because what happens is we want people to take us seriously, right? And we want to grow as artists, but if we continue to behave in the same ways, in the same patterns as we did before we started deciding that we wanted, this is the path we wanted to be on, it can hold you back, and it can also give a false perception of what you are and what you want your brand to be. A big example of this is simply just like posts that we make as human beings, because social media was made to interact with people, and it's become almost a social journal or social therapy. And as artists, particularly as hip hop artists and rappers who we use words to convey emotions and experiences, if you are someone who constantly is making posts, and those posts are long and in length about just your everyday life and how you're feeling and experiences and your thoughts and your beliefs, it kind of, well, from my experience and from what I've seen, as far as other artists I've seen do this, it waters down your product and your brand. And you might be asking, like, how can you water down a brand by being on social media? Well, if you, like I said, as hip hop artists, rap artists, words and our music is where we create our authenticity. So all of that time and emotion and effort spent typing out this long paragraph or these long paragraphs or posting every day about how you feel is taken away from your overall brand, because it's content, right, that you could put into your songs and present it in a way that is your brand, which is a hip hop artist. So why would I give away my emotions and my thoughts and my experiences for free all the time through the form of a post on social media, where people can then judge it by likes or comments, when I could do the same thing and channel it into dope ass music that does the same thing but also caters to who I want to be perceived as on these social media platforms. And it, as I said with anything, like, it doesn't matter the content. It doesn't matter what you are making these posts about. I see it all the time, and I see it from people who are artists who rarely, they release 5 songs a year, and or they just complain about the fact that they, quality over quantity. But the irony of that is that the quality has to be there first before you say that. And also, we're in an era where quantity does matter too, because attention spans, content on content, and if you are someone who's making posts all the time and taking the time to type out these thoughts, and you call yourself a hip hop artist, or you want to be a rapper, I'm not saying that it's, you can't do that, but I'm just trying to, my advice would be, Channel that a little bit into your music. Spend time writing down those thoughts you have, or like key phrases or terms, and turning that into a song, man. Turn it into a song, and then post that, and you're gonna start attracting a different audience, and people are gonna start perceiving you a little more seriously than just being a local rapper, which is what they see you as, because you engage on social media and you're super accessible all the time, and your thoughts in your life is super accessible all the time. And outside of your circle, your family and friends, I don't like to be, I've learned that I don't need to be that accessible, because these people haven't earned that right to know that much about me, other than how I want to present myself to them, which is through music. I'm someone, if you go check out my channel right now and you look at my videos and my music and you take the time to listen and just see what my art is about, I'm someone who pours my personal life into my music. But that's because that is how I want to showcase that. And as a hip hop artist, I think that's what you need to do. And I'm not gonna lie and try to act like, 4 or 5 years ago, social media, that I wasn't, a perpetrator of this type of behavior, because I was. And I go back and cringe at some of the posts I had, because I was just giving so much away of my life with nothing in return. And it wasn't, you make a post, you click on it, and you click post, and it's just out there for people to judge me off of something that took me, I could have written that in the heat of the moment, and I'd rather take a step back, think about it. When you write a song and you record it and you go through that lengthy process of getting it mixed and mastered and perfect, there's no mistake in the message. And so part of my brand is I want my message to be solid, and I want to convey it through the best art that I can. So to sum this up, I'm not saying to totally omit sharing a bit of yourself on social media outside of the context of music. What I'm saying is dial it down and channel it, because I still get on social media, and for me it's a way to vent about my sports teams who suck right now. But as far as how I'm feeling in my life and what I'm going through and my opinions, and I've stopped doing that, man. I'd rather, that's material I can use in songs. And for me, yes, I want quality, but in today's age, I want quantity as well. And so having those topics that aren't watered down, because let's say I post about something and then I make this long post, and then a month later I drop a song about it. It's kind of like, we already have this perception of what you were talking about via your post, and now it kind of seems like corny and orchestrated, versus you just come out with this song and that's what they get. They don't get anything else to base an opinion off of. It's your music. And for me, music is my brand. Hip hop is my brand. And so that is what I'm presenting. That's all I have this week. It's O.D.D.I.T.Y. This is The Craft. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Your experiences as far as social media and how it can improve you as an artist and how it can hold you back as an artist. Also be sure to share any videos on my channel that appeal to you. And thank you for helping me continue to grow my brand. And I will be dropping new music soon, so stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.